Hey, I'm Nancy Cavey, National ERISA and Individual Disability Attorney. Welcome to Winning Isn't Easy. Before we get started, I've got to give you a legal disclaimer. This podcast is not legal advice. The Florida Bar Association says I have to say that, which I've just done, but nothing will ever prevent me from giving you an easy-to-understand overview of the disability insurance world, the games the carriers play, and what you need to know to get the disability benefits you deserve. So off we go. Now, today we're going to take a deep dive into a condition that many people struggle with in silence, hidradenitis suppurativa, or HS for short. This is a painful chronic skin condition, and it's more than just a medical diagnosis. For many people, it's a disabling condition that interferes with every aspect of their daily life, including the ability to work. If you're living with HS or you know someone who has HS, this episode is going to walk you through how the condition works, why disability carriers often misunderstand it, and how to protect your ERISA disability insurance claim if you're going to be filing one, and to stay on claim. Now, this can help you regardless of whether or not you have HS, because a lot of this is applicable to all types of disability insurance claims. I'm going to talk about, number one, what is HS and how is it disabling? Two, how do you qualify for ERISA disability benefits because of HS? And number three, building that strong disability claim for HS. Now, let's take a break before we get into this episode, and be sure to come back with a pen and a pad, because we're going to be covering this in some detail. Got it? See you in a minute.
Have you been robbed of your peace of mind by your disability insurance carrier? You owe it to yourself to get a copy of Robbed of Your Peace of Mind, which provides you with everything you need to know about the long-term disability claims process. Request your free copy of the book at caveylaw.com today.
Welcome back to Winning Isn't Easy. What is HS and how is it disabling? HS is a chronic inflammatory skin disease that affects 1 to 4% of the population. Now, it normally starts after puberty and is more common in women, and it tends to affect areas where the skin rubs together: the armpits, the groin, the buttocks, and under the breasts. It begins with painful nodules that may resemble boils or acne, and over time, these can become abscessed, swollen, pus-filled lumps, and they develop into deep tunnels under the skin known as sinus tracts. These tracts can rupture, leak, and there's foul-smelling fluid, and additionally, there's scarring. Now, episodes can flare up unexpectedly, and they can last for days or even weeks. That may sound very unpleasant, and it is, but let's talk about why it's disabling. First and foremost is pain. Chronic pain is a hallmark of HS, and it can really be extreme pain. It's not just physical pain from the lesions itself, it's the pain of engaging in activity, the pain caused by walking, sitting, or moving when the lesions are in high friction areas. Then there's the unpredictability. HS comes in cycles, so there are periods of flare-ups and remissions, but the timing, severity, and duration of the flares are highly individual and unpredictable. So one day you might be functioning fairly well, and the next you're unable to walk or wear clothing without significant pain and dysfunction. This unpredictability can make it nearly impossible to sustain regular full-time employment. Obviously, employers generally require that you show up for work, and HS can be very disruptive. Flare-ups can lead to frequent absences, late arrivals, or the inability to do just basic job duties, especially in public demanding or public-facing roles. But that's not all. There are secondary complications. People with HS often develop infections, fever, fatigue, and other systemic symptoms. In severe cases, these skin tunnels can become so extensive and so deep that they require surgery. And recovery is long. The disease, unfortunately, can return even after surgery. And lastly, of course, let's not forget the emotional toll. It's associated with high rates of anxiety and depression due to its painful symptoms, its odor, its scarring, its social stigma, and the impact it can have on your self-esteem. In fact, people with HS have one of the highest suicide attempt rates among all dermatological conditions. All of this can combine into a condition that just doesn't affect your skin. It affects your entire life, including your ability to work. So what happens when someone with HS tries to file for disability insurance? That's going to lead us to our next segment of how disability insurance carriers or plans typically respond to these types of claims and generally what they get wrong. Got it? Let's take a break.